Hey, it's Chris here with Shadetree America. We're out here, got into the garage here to do a couple videos today, and one I'm making of is an item that I bought last month or so, or a couple months ago. Been testing this out and finally able to get a video out to you about this. And this is the Ryobi 18 volt 1 plus polisher sander. Here it is. This is model PBF102. I will have a link to homedepot.com. I actually bought this at Direct Tools Outlet, which you save usually about 20 bucks or so when you buy from them. You still get your warranty if you buy a blemish, not a recondition. So I'll link to Home Depot in the description if you are interested in this tool. So with that being said, let's get into this thing. 18 volt. This is for buffing, polishing cars, metal, different things like that. Also for sanding, it has a setup for sanding if you are going to sand down, wood, automotive, metal, stuff like that. So 2 speeds, you're going to see the top. This is speed 1, down here speed 2. They have it right on top of the speed. Speed 1 is 0 to 2800 RPMs. That's for polishing. You can see it. You always want a lower speed for polishing. It's easier, it's a little bit better. You get into there stuff. You're not burning off your clear coat and stuff. So, speed 2, sanding, up to 7,800 RPMs. So, that would be more if you're taking the metal, paint off the metal, take the rust off of the metal, if you're doing anything like that, or if you are woodworking and if you're trying to get your wood down to a smoother finish. Now, with the chucks, we'll talk about this. They have, Ryobi sends you in with some stuff, to get started. They're not going to send you out there without nothing. This is the polisher disc, 3-inch. They all screw right into the end of this. It just screws in. You push down on a button, and it just screws right on. Like that. Locks right into place, just like that. Velcro, hook and loop tape, whatever you want to call it, holds everything on here. They do send you with 3 pads. You have a little bit like a cottony pad. You have the foam correction pad. You also have another foam pad. I will admit I'm not an auto body guy when it comes to detail. But I did take this tool and I went to one of the largest body shops in my area. I said to the detail guy, I said, hey, take this tool, use it for the day, see what you think and let me know. I want to make sure that the viewer has a really good idea of how this works. I have used this some on sanding. And this is the sanding, and it takes like the 3M roll locks. Same way as the last one. It just screws right in place. Right there. And it works. I have used it a little bit on that. And the consensus that we find out, both the detail group that I let them use it and myself, is there's a couple, they like it, and there is a couple things that they would like to see improved. They like the fact that it's got power. It's got plenty of power. Now, this thing, they said on the box, runtime up to 60 minutes. It didn't say what size of battery. I couldn't find anything on the website. So, I don't know if 60 minutes could be a 4 amp hour battery. It could be a 2 amp hour battery. I don't know. I wish I did. What I found that it did use some battery. I think we used it the body shop used it at a 9 amp hour battery. They used it for an 8-hour shift off and on and different things, doing different detail and stuff. And they used 2 bars on a 9 amp hour battery. They also had a 4 amp hour battery with it as well if they needed it. I wanted to make sure they had a good, fair choice, setup. So they like the fact that the trigger response is really good on it. The trigger has a really good feel to it. It's very, very easy to vary at speed. One thing that I noticed personally using it, and they did, is if you're on the sanding, you're on the higher speed, it gets hot. The motor on top does get hot in that area, and then the metal up around here gets hot. Now, Ryobi did give you a handle. Handle screws right into the side. There's 2 different spots. You can see right here and then over here as well. There is spots for that. So I guess if you're going to use it that way, that would be one way to compensate for that. Now, another thing that we did come to find out is, and I'm going to put a 4 amp hour battery in, when you're doing certain detail stuff, with this battery sticking out, and I think it's kind of a downfall of the battery platform. I love the battery platform, but the problem is we get this. This battery is sticking out almost flush with that end. If you're polishing something, it's going to be in the way, and there's a good possibility that it's going to bump into what you're doing and mess up something. So that's one of the downfalls that they found with that. I don't know how you would fix something like that unless there was a way like the ratchets that they built, the electric ratchets, as a twist head. I don't know. But durability-wise, I don't even think that would actually work. So we have the LED light, and I have a 4 amp hour battery. This is actually an old lithium plus battery, so it's still going to be something comparable. You have the light. That's on setting 1. That's one thing I've noticed with this tool. Yes, this was a direct tools outlet blemish, so it may not be the prettiest thing, but I'm not sure if this might be the reason why it's a blemish. I'll put it up to the... Sometimes you can hear in that like a growling, raspy, like dragging point, the setup. Plus, you can see the brushed motor in the side here. Sometimes, let's see if I can get it. It sounds like something's like clicking almost. It does have a weird odor to it as well. That's one thing that I didn't have with a die grinder. I've not had it with an angle grinder and all that stuff. So I don't know, maybe that's just because it was a blemish. So that's basically it. They did like it. They said it was a really nice thing. In fact, the day before I brought that into them and talked to them, their M12 Milwaukee fuel setup actually burn out. So that was something that unfortunately they had nothing. It kind of came in a clutch, the fact that I was interested in letting them test it. So they liked it, but it would be nice. There is some room for improvement. Maybe even make this top head a little bit bigger as well might help there. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to let you guys get going here on this. If you are interested, link will be down into the bottom for Home Depot. I'm not going to link Direct Tools Outlet because it's hit and miss when they have them. So I'll talk to you guys later. Please stay safe out there. It's still cold. Let's just make sure you guys are okay. We're almost done with winter, I think. That groundhog did see a shadow. I should have went down there and told him not to, but it's all right. I'll catch you guys later. Stay safe out there, and God bless.